Good morning. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Where do you place your attention? James Allen, the Bible quote, James 1:8 says, "A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways." This is from Neville Goddard's The Power of Awareness, the chapter on attention. He says, attention is forceful in proportion to the narrowness of its focus. That is, when it's obsessed with a single idea or sensation. It is steadied and powerfully focused only by such an adjustment of the mind as permits you to see one thing only, for you steady the attention and increase its power by confining it. The desire which realizes itself is always a desire upon which attention is exclusively concentrated, for an idea is endowed with power only in proportion to the degree of attention fixed on it. Concentration, focus, using your will. Your will is one of your beautiful mental faculties. I'm not talking about willpower, but the will gives you the ability to hold one picture on the screen of your mind to the exclusion of all outside distractions. The will gives you the ability to focus and concentrate. The more you practice developing your will, the stronger it will become. And you do need a strong will. If you have a beautiful vision of, or an ideal goal, something that you really desire, something that you're going after, and it seems too big, too much, it's never been part of your life before, and maybe it's so beautiful and so big that it even scares you sometimes because you don't know how it could happen. But when you strengthen your will, your focus, when you place your attention on purposefully thinking about, what does it look like? What does it feel like when I have that goal, when I'm living that life, when I'm in that state of being? Concentrated observation is the attentive attitude directed towards some specific end. So when you think about a beautiful vision that you have for your life, or simply a destination that you want to attain, achieve, a goal, a place where you really want to be, whether it's a physical place, like a journey that you want to go on, a trip that you want to take, or being happier, healthier, wealthier. It starts with getting clear in your mind of what that would look like. And it's different for every person. Some people would be content with their own little place by a lake, a cottage in the woods. Other people want a beautiful mansion on a golf course or several places around the world. What is an ideal lifestyle for you? The attentive attitude involves selection, for when you pay attention, it signifies that you have decided to focus your attention on one object or state rather than another. Therefore, when you know what you want, you must deliberately focus your attention on the feeling of your wish fulfilled until that feeling fills the mind and crowds all other ideas out of consciousness. The power of attention is the measure of your inner force. Concentrated observation of one thing shuts out other things and causes them to disappear. The great secret of success is to focus the attention on the feeling of the wish fulfilled without permitting any distraction. All progress depends upon an increase of attention. The ideas which compel you to action are those which dominate the consciousness, those which possess the attention. This one thing I do, forgetting those things that are behind, I press toward the mark. This means you, this one thing you can do, forgetting those things that are behind. You can press toward the mark of fulfilling your mind with the feeling of the wish fulfilled. To the unenlightened person, this will seem to be all fantasy. Yet all progress comes from those who do not take the accepted view nor accept the world as it is. If you can imagine what you please, and if the forms of your thought are as vivid as the forms of nature, you are, by the power of your imagination, master of your fate. Your imagination is you yourself, and the world, as your imagination sees it, is the real world. What is it that you desire? When your mind is divided, you're running around. I remember running around like a chicken with your head cut off, if you've ever seen that. Or if you think about a ship bobbing around on the ocean and it's lost its rudder, it is at the mercy of the waves and the winds. If you decide that you're going to one particular port of call, one particular destination, but you don't have a guidance system, a GPS, or a rudder, you're at the mercy of wherever the winds blow you. You end up at the wrong destination. You might be trying to head towards Florida, and you end up in New York City. Where the winds blow is when you're not focused. Your attention is divided. That's why I want you to put away distractions. I don't want you to be driving or doing dishes or walking or multitasking in any way. It's important to get clear on a vision that you want for your life. Take the time to choose a destination. What result would you love to have in your life? It takes putting away the idea that you can multitask, that you can have an idea of what you really would love to have in your life, but spend most of your day grinding it out and working and worrying and being in the current and past. You have to set out to master the movements of attention. And that must be done if you would successfully alter the course of observed events. It is then you realize how little control you exercise over your imagination and how much it is dominated by sensory impressions and by drifting on the tides of idle moods. Neville Goddard, in The Power of Awareness, in the chapter on attention, tells us to aid in mastering the control of your attention, practice this exercise. Night after night, just before you drift off to sleep, strive to hold your attention on the activities of the day in reverse order. Focus your attention on the last thing you did, that is, getting into bed, and then move it backward in time over the events until you reach the first event of the day, getting out of bed. This is no easy exercise, but just as specific exercises greatly help in developing specific muscles, this will greatly help in developing the muscle of your attention. Your attention must be developed. It must be controlled and concentrated in order to change your concept of yourself successfully and thereby change your future. Imagination is able to do anything, but only according to the internal direction of your attention. If your attention is divided, if you're multitasking, if you're saying to yourself, oh, I really want that. Wouldn't it be nice? But I can't because I have all these millions of things I have to get done. Then those millions of things that you think have to get done will take over your life, and you will never see your goal, the results that you want. The wish, the hope, the dream. Wishing and hoping and dreaming are not strategies, and they will not take you to the goal that you would really, truly love to have in your life. You must spend some time visualizing, giving your full attention to the wish fulfilled. What does it look like? Get so clear in your mind that if you wrote it down and gave it to a stranger, they would know exactly what you visualize, what you have in your heart, what you would love to bring into your physical reality. Your mind can go all over the place. If you're quietly and calmly focusing your attention on the words that I'm saying, and I can ask you to pretend in your mind that you're in your kitchen. Tell me what color the wall is. Tell me where your table is situated. Tell me where your window is, and if you're looking out the window, what you see in your yard. Tell me what color your refrigerator is. And now tell me what your bedroom looks like. Where is your bed? What color are the window coverings, or do you have blinds or curtains? What is the view from your bedroom window? Now tell me what your car looks like. Now tell me what dream you have. Is it clear in your mind? Do you have a trip planned to Hawaii or Waskasoo, to Florida or Alaska? Your mind can instantly flip and we think in pictures. So you want to get a clear picture of a destination, a goal, a desire. If it's to have wealth, maybe that word scares you. Maybe you're not in alignment with the word wealth because you believe that being wealthy is being greedy, or you know wealthy people who you think are evil or mean. If you're focused on getting out of debt, you're focusing your attention on debt, even though you're trying to push it out of your mind or say, that's what I don't want. It's like building up physical muscles. What you resist persists, which means the debt will continue to grow. It is important to visualize how it feels to be maybe not wealthy, but not in debt, but to tell yourself money flows easily. You always have enough. The bills are paid and you have time and money freedom. You have the time to enjoy the money that you've earned, and it comes easily. You love the work that you do. You're doing purposeful work, and the money is flowing. Imagination is able to do anything, but only according to the internal direction of your attention. Neville Goddard says, if you persist night after night, sooner or later you will awaken in yourself a center of power and become conscious of your greater self, the real you. Attention is developed by repeated exercise or habit. Through habit, an action becomes easier, and so in course of time gives rise to a facility or faculty which can then be put to higher uses. When you practice thinking about what you really want, when you attain control of the internal direction of your attention, you will no longer stand in shallow water, but will launch out into the deep of life. You will walk in the assumption of the wish fulfilled as on a foundation more solid even than earth. Where are you directing your attention? Is it where on what you want or what you don't want? It's really important that you spend time directing your attention on what you do want. Everything starts with a thought. If you can think of what you really want and start feeling, that would be so lovely. That's what I am going after. How wonderful it feels. And plant that idea in your heart. Fall in love with the idea. Then that feeling causes action. The action causes the result. And then you can say, wow, this really works. Start a new train of thought. You stay in charge of you. Don't let the outside world control you. You have the choice to think thoughts of beauty and joy and wealth and prosperity. You have the choice to think happiness. What does it feel like? Do you remember a time that you were so free and easy and happy? You wanted to skip down the road. You felt joyful. Everything is created twice. First, with imagination in your mind, and second, when it manifests in your material world. So if you're thinking about what you truly want, a way that you want to be living, you could practice with a physical object you would really like, a lifestyle that is really meaningful to you, purposeful work that you're doing that serves a greater purpose. How does that make you feel? Think thoughts that will create the idea of what you want. And the thoughts cause the feeling. The feeling causes you to take a different action. And the actions produce a new result. Your thought energy is very powerful. It's going out into the ether. And when you attach feeling to it, how does it feel when you've accomplished something wonderful? How does it feel now that you have the goal that is really big, really beautiful? It's a little bit scary because you have no idea how it's going to happen, but you want it. That's not greedy. That's the spiritual side of you looking to expand the universe. And the universe is always expanding. You are here to expand your conscious awareness, to expand your life, to help expand the universe. It feels like life is moving faster. The life we're living today is so much different than it was 10 years ago, 100 years ago, 2,000 years ago. That's because your thoughts allow you to bring ideas to life. What you are thinking, you are creating. What you are thinking with emotion builds up bigger and bigger in your life. You want to be emotionally attached to what you want, not worried about the how, not focused on the past. What does it feel like to have your wish fulfilled? I would say the biggest feeling is gratitude. I am so happy and grateful now that this is my life. I am worthy of receiving everything. Everything that's in my mind is coming into physical reality. Use your will, exercise your will, practice holding one picture on the screen of your mind to the exclusion of all outside distractions. You know, if you're a busy person, a person who's used to multitasking, it's going to feel selfish or greedy. It's going to feel weird. It's going to feel a waste of time. But I promise you, the will gives you the ability to focus and concentrate. And the more you practice developing your will, the stronger it becomes. And as you focus your attention on what you really want, you start to get inspired ideas. These ideas come from out of the blue. They come from the universal mind. They come from your inner guidance. They come from your higher self. You can ask, now that I have my heart's desire, show me how I got here. You will get an idea of the next step to take. You'll get an idea. It might seem frivolous, it might seem weird, it might seem it's not going to make a difference. Take action on that idea. Don't put it off. That is your higher self leading you down the path to the next step to bring what you love into your physical reality. Everything starts in your mind. Everything is created twice. Think about where you are living. You first had the idea of living there, and then it became reality. Practice thinking about what you want and getting in harmony with what that feels like. This is a vibrational universe. You are a vibrational, energetic being, and your thoughts are energetic. And they're going out into the invisible universe, and they are magnetized to other thoughts and ideas and resources and people that are on the same wavelength, thinking in the same manner, vibrating at the same energetic level. If your goal is to be healthy, wealthy, wise, you want to be in that state of being. What does perfect, vital health feel like? What would it feel like to be loved and respected and in a joyful relationship, sharing life with someone who loves and respects me and I love and respect them? What is that feeling? Like skipping down the road, like your heart is about to explode, it's expanding. The spiritual side of you is always for expansion and further expression. Don't try to hold it down. Allow it. Allow this beautiful feeling, this time for yourself. Sending thoughts, sending love, sending vibrational wavelengths out into the universe to attract everything you need for the fulfillment of that picture to manifest in physical reality. That's what I mean when I say goal or result or destination. What do you want? Practice thinking from that state of being, thinking from the goal already attained. Not how am I going to get there, but what is it like now that it is my life? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Write it down. I am so happy and grateful now that this is my life. Create a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me in this morning mindfulness practice. Enjoy this feeling, radiate it out, and attract everything in alignment with your goal. Thank you. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning at 7.